Get ready for Real Talk with Pasha B in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you for tuning into this episode of Real Talk with Pasha B. Today we're going to be talking about dating and relationships, and we actually have male guests, which is something that we commonly don't have. We have an even balance today of male and females in the room, so we'll be able to get a male perspective of the male versus female relationship and encompassing dating and all of that good stuff. So today I have always with me Sheneka.
Hey, Sheneka. Hey, Pasha. I'm sorry, I was distracted. Go ahead. And I haven't been drinking.
That was funny. And it was like, hey, Sheneka. Okay. So
yeah, I'm good.
All right. So we also have, from a previous podcast, we have Jason and Joshua with us. J and J. So we're going to be talking about dating, and I'm going to say it's kind of unfortunate, but you guys may be able to shed light on certain things. I know Jason lived in DC for a while, correct?
DC, much right.
All right. And Joshua, are you from Georgia?
I'm from Albany, Georgia.
Okay.
Albany, what?
Yeah, like poles of pine trees.
So when did you actually move to Atlanta?
2010.
Oh, so that's...
Did you lose your freaking mind when you moved here?
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so the story seems to maintain the same, but you guys, well, Jason, check in.
Oh, yeah. I moved down here around 2007.
Okay, 2007. And I've been in Atlanta since 2006. Sheneka?
2002.
2002. So dating in Atlanta, even since 2006 for me to current, it's kind of been all over the place, meaning experiences, good, bad, or indifferent. And we're always trying to figure out different perspectives of dating. So guys, I need to know what have been your dating stories, or give us a dating perspective of how it is to date in Atlanta.
Is it a challenge? I
don't want to know if it's a challenge yet. I just want to know. We know it's a challenge, damn it.
I don't think so. So my perspective is, I don't think dating is a challenge for men. So that's my perception.
It's not.
Okay, I'm hearing two things.
See, and this is where, when we were talking off camera, I said she's going to have a whole totally different perspective. That's why I didn't want to open up with a challenge. I just want to know what have been some of your dating experiences, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, because we're going to get to the challenges. And I think...
I just wanted to narrow it a bit. You narrowed the conversation a bit. But yeah, go ahead. Talk. Go ahead. Tell us. Okay.
Overall.
You want to go first? Mr. Dating is easy?
Yeah, dating is quite easy for me. I mean, I'm pretty patient, I don't date too much. I always pay on a date. I feel that the man should pay,
That's
especially
Albany right now.
On the first date.
So on the first date. So you think you have traditional dating standards?
Yes. It was more of, I was taught that I'm supposed to court a woman. Kind of like the Cinderella story, sweep a woman off her feet and basically treat her with kindness. I'm asking.
Okay, ladies, Jason is single. Joshua is single. He's very easy on the eyes, nice looking fella over here. You got a job?
Yeah.
You got a job.
But you just heard Joshua say that he doesn't have dating challenges per se, right? So
except one is when the timing thing.
Okay.
Like if we say we're gonna meet here at 5 p.m., you may show up at 6 p.m. or 5:30.
Wow.
I probably had that incident.
Man. Traffic.
You stay around the corner,
That's.
Are you waiting outside? I'm waiting outside for you to get ready. About 25 minutes.
So do you think that women sometimes respect of the male's time?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Jason?
I haven't had any major challenges, but the challenges I come across is just dealing with competition. It just seems like the type of women I like, I always have to compete with either their time, a baby daddy situation or other dudes. It's like the best way I can describe it is like I feel like I'm thrown into a gladiator pit. So I have to compete
against something.
Something, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I always got to fight for some time to just even get to court. So
Sheneka, because you're swishing around something. So what is it?
So I think that's where a disconnect happens. And I will start with Jason. So in my head, and I think in the head of many other women here, I believe that women are throwing themselves, they're making themselves available to you because of the competition that women have of this, available men. So to hear you say, you're competing with other people, baby daddy, you're competing with children, that's something I didn't take into consideration. I can definitely see where you may be competing with children, just based off of what I've seen with friends who have children and them dating. But some of the other things I've never taken into consideration. So you kind of...
I mean, if they got children, that's to be expected. You got to be a parent first. I totally get that. That doesn't bother me one bit. It's just that in Atlanta, it's just, I don't know, maybe
amplified.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, not even that dynamic. Just, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I haven't had, like you said, like people throwing themselves or making themselves available to me. Yeah, I mean, I got options. I'm not gonna act like I don't. It's just
he has options.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
just, how you clean that up.
It would be kind of dishonest for me to say I'm not.
Don't get it twisted.
I'm not in the dating game. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't dating. But when it's time to get to know someone on a deeper level outside of the dating game and just make it about you and that person, the challenges you're going to meet, like I said, usually somebody else wants that time, or, I get it.
And to you, Joshua, I guess my question is, you seem to approach dating in a very traditional manner. Do you find women to be receptive to that?
Yes, until I'm in competition with their mobile device.
Ooh.
Oh, that's... I hate when that happens.
Get off your phone, Pasha.
Wait, did you see? I'm sitting here like, oh, shit. That's why I'm still single.
I think that may be an issue across the board for everybody. Like, everybody has their phone, they're facing the phone, or screen or something. So I've heard men say that women don't appreciate that traditional type courting situation or dating situation. Women want to be, in the lead, and women don't know how to fall back. So that's why I asked you the question, are women receptive to how you treat them in that traditional manner?
They are. Yeah.
Nice.
I would have to agree with Josh on that. Yeah, if you respect somebody and you look out for them and you do the courting thing properly, you usually don't have too many issues with that. You may have some issues with someone wanting to take advantage of it.
I was going to ask that.
Looking for a sponsor,
Yeah.
1 minute you taking them out, nice restaurant or something. Next minute it's like, well, I need a little help with this bill, and I need help with it.
Or just a PSA. We don't want to pay for your babysitter.
So you've had someone ask you to pay for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get some very.
We did, but I don't think that that's a male's responsibility to pay for your babysitter. Like that's whack to me. That's whack. But I think we did talk about that. I don't know if it
sounds familiar
on camera. I mean, on mic, off mic, behind the scenes. I don't know, but I remember that being an issue where I think there was a female in the room who said that a male needs to kind of be paying for the babysitter.
If you want to
go
out with me, you need to pay for the babysitter so we can go out.
I don't think so. To me, then, as the female, I don't think that you're in a situation to date.
I was about to say, to me, that sounds like a situation where she's not interested and she's just giving them a reason to, back off a little bit.
Or she could be looking for a sponsor.
Well, yeah. They look for sponsors out here. They definitely
so how does that
conversation
go? Because I'm not good at that. Not to say I'm trying to, do they just come out of their mouth and say, hey, I need this bill paid? Or
Is it before or after sex?
Before?
Sometimes before.
Yeah, it can be before or after sex. I've had women say, "Hey, look, I need a little help with something or whatever. You got $100 or you got whatever."
Is it a loan or a gift?
Oh no.
Well, no, they always act like it's a loan.
Right, but they never use the word loan. It's always a little something.
Like I'll pay you back when I get it. I've already known what that means. It means you're not planning to pay me back. You know, if you ain't figured that out yet, you know, peep game, fellas. That's what it really means.
Right.
When I get the opportunity to pay you back means you ain't never gonna see that shit.
Dang.
So
when I
yeah,
get my taxes done.
A woman told me actually one time, a female I dated, she was like, "Don't loan out any money if you plan on getting it back here. Like, just don't.
Oh yeah,
don't do it."
I totally agree.
But that's 100 though.
I totally
That's
agree.
across the board.
No. That's 100. So did you respect that? Did you then continue to loan out any money?
See, that was a past relationship, so
It's a relationship.
Yeah. But,
Okay.
You know, I caught on eventually.
Okay.
You know,
But you still paid a couple of light
after
bills.
several times. Yeah.
Such a nice guy.
But I kind of get where if he has traditional dating values for a certain type of people who don't have who are not being sincere, I kind of see where he can be doing things when he probably shouldn't. I get it.
So at what point, when is a good time to start doing that?
Doing what, Sheneka?
Assuming some financial responsibility. So one of my friends had made a comment of, if you coming over my house and I'm cooking for you on a regular basis, you breathing up my air, you watching my Netflix, you doing all of this.
You using my water.
Whatever. That if I happen to ask you for $50 or $100, it should be no questions asked.
But see, I can't remember a time I've been in that situation.
Joshua ain't staying at the crib.
So smooth with it.
Like, I don't know, like, as far as cooking all the time, how many situations you been in?
I did used to live with someone I was dating. I know what that's about.
Not living. Y'all could be in a relationship, but let's say you over there 3-4 nights out of the week.
If I'm over there 3-4 nights of the week, I'm thinking it's going to come naturally to contribute something anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, you know, especially if she's cooking, I would probably be more inclined to be like, all right, well, hey, what you feel like cooking? I just pick something up, bring it through and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind contributing to things I'm actually doing in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just random...
She needs some new tires.
She needs some new tires.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if I got it, maybe. But we got to be seriously dating, though. At the end of the day, it's like, if you got... Here's the thing. If you got...
Is that a field goal? Touchdown?
Here's the thing. If I know you got other dudes you dating,
Yes.
get one of them to do it.
Gotcha.
Nah, what you need me for?
But, because that's your bill.
Oh, I get it. I'm that dude. So I get it. So she gets the tires dude, the food dude, the light dude. Hell nah. You can include me out of all of
I'm just joking.
No, I'm just messing with you. I know you're not that type of chick, but you know what? There's chicks out here just like that.
You are.
And
I wish I wasn't.
I've known some.
And I'm pretty sure
I need
she
some
would have
tires right now.
He would have had to have gotten that goodness gracious by then.
So
that what?
The goodness gracious.
And I like that.
I'm not just talking about it, but I'm talking about
everything.
she's into it. She,
They're
puts in some
exclusive.
work.
They're exclusive.
I do something like that for some.
Here I go. I'm like, damn. It's like she done busted open.
Tires?
I mean,
You know how much tires cost?
I mean, if we're exclusive and we have that type of rapport, and I feel like you would do it for me if you got it, like it's a mutual thing. Like I look at things like a team effort. I don't understand this whole like I want my woman to be one of my best friends. And I saw a guy who was teaching someone to him, and he was like, you should treat your guy like your best friend. Would you tell your homegirl, hey, let's go hang out or whatever, but you need to do this? No. Treat your guy like your best friend. And that's my thinking. If you my woman, you one of my best friends. So whatever you need, I got you if I got it. And I don't find too many women nowadays with that mentality. It's all about, what can you do for me? Now, I don't do this. I don't do that. But then what do you do? You know what I'm saying? You come across a lot of women that like don't do chicks. That's what I call them. Don't do chicks. So that means I get to do things for you, and you get the benefit, and I just have to wait for you to feel like doing something. Nah, sister, stop. I'm good.
And like,
look, I'll friend zone myself. How about that?
you could be out there just going ham, and like it could be something simple like you bringing me some Long John Silvers, and it's like just like the best day of my life.
Hell, Joshua don't even need that much.
I feel him though. Like the best relations I've been in, it was a sister just did little things. Like guys, we're really not that hard to please for the most part. We want the same level of thoughtfulness that y'all get, and you know we don't get it, especially in a place like Atlanta. We got options of somebody who will. I'm just saying, it is what it is.
Ooh, in your face.
It is what it is.
You don't do another woman good.
It is what it is.
So do you think there has been an equal division of guys understanding how to treat certain women in a certain way? Because there are the hoes, right? I'm just going to say it because there are the hoes.
Free-spirited.
Sexually liberated women.
Sexual liberate. I like that.
Sexually liberated women, yes.
So when I say hoe, I'm not even necessarily always talking about from a sexual standpoint. I'm talking about hoes in regards to not reciprocating on certain things.
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
When I say you just talked about being in a relationship with someone and they're your equal, they're your best friend, right? But you have the hoes out there who are just always trying to get something from somebody without giving anything. That's what I'm talking about. So moochers. Men to me, my experience, men don't know how to treat the hoes like hoes and treat everybody else like everybody else. Like, if I'm not coming to you on hoe shit, why are you treating me like a hoe?
See,
that's real, Pasha. Okay. That's real.
I'm so glad a woman said that.
Go ahead.
Because at the end of the day, if a man says that, he's the bad guy. Right? Like, I mean, granted, I understand the context of what you mean. Treat a certain type of woman a certain type of way because not all women are the same. I get that. Like, there's a different set of rules you apply when you're dating someone seriously and when you just being promiscuous or whatever you're doing. And I have noticed that too in Atlanta. A lot of these dudes cater to the types of women that don't give a damn about why are you doing that? She clearly, like, it's frustrating to see. Because now there's an expectation. Now she thinks she can get whatever she wants from you and give you whatever type of attention that you're getting when she feels like it. And now from this dude, like...
So what I'm hearing you say is that there's a reverse in that as well, that
it's dudes don't know the game. And it's messing things up.
For everybody
so
else.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I totally agree with what you said, basically, yeah. Because
I'm coming to the table with no baby daddy problems. And I have a baby daddy, but I'm not having a baby daddy problems. I have a full-time job. I've been employed by the federal government for 10 plus years. Does that matter? I'm just laying down. Don't take my shine from me, damn it.
It's for them. So
no, I'm telling you, you're not going to take my shine. Let me finish.
The light is beaming on you, ma'am.
So I say that to say because I'm not coming to you with my handout. That was the point that I was making. I'm not coming to you with my handout. I know how to sustain a household by myself before you. You know what I'm saying? So anything that you're bringing to the table, because we talk about bringing to the table, anything that you're bringing to the table is going to be a plus, right? I'm not coming to you because I'm deficient in something, in something from a tangible standpoint. I'm coming to you because I probably like you and I, want to see if we could build together. So don't treat me like the girl who asking you for $500 to fucking get a weave. That's what I'm saying. Because if I wanted a $500 weave, I can go buy my own $500 weave.
All right. Yeah. It's funny you say that. Like, somebody recently asked me, indirectly asked me to get him a lace front. I don't even know what a lace front is.
You know what a lace front is.
It's a wig, right? I didn't know if it was a weave. I don't do hair. I don't know nothing about that stuff. So at the end of the day, it was just interesting. Like, it was a sister, I guess she was trying to get to know me or whatever. And she was like, you know, it was Valentine's Day, whatever. It's like, she said something like, I can't.
Who asked for a lace front for Valentine's Day?
This woman did.
No. That's what the game is like.
Yeah, that's what, exactly.
You know how much a lace front costs?
Oh, Valentine's Day?
You know how much a lace front costs?
I don't. I've never had the privilege of wearing.
Did you just hear me talk about a $500 wig?
Oh my God!
So, and Valentine's Day is supposed to be the holiday of love. So the push for the most expensive gifts normally happen on Valentine's Day.
Right. Now, granted, this is somebody I had never been intimate with. We hadn't even been on a
She
date.
didn't give up the cootie yet.
No, I'm saying, like, no, when I say intimate, I mean...
Y'all ain't been on a date.
No, I don't even mean subliminally, like, sex.
Oh.
I mean, literally intimate with, like, I never kissed her, we never walked through the park, hold her hands, none of that. You know what I mean? But I got a text, and it was on the text, it wasn't even the phone call.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's a coward.
No. She was trying him.
Yeah,
Shooting her shot.
She was shooting a shot.
Right, so...
The game is real.
So me being the part-time troll that I am, I was like, well, you know, because I ain't know nothing about lace fronts. So I was like, well, you know, if I could do a lace front for you, I would make it happen. As in, like, manually do it. I thought it was a weave. I didn't know what it was. Like, look, if I did weaves, baby, I would hook you right on up. But I don't, so that won't happen. And and then later it came out that one of her ex-boyfriends was giving her an allowance of around, like, he was giving her something like $6,000 a month or something.
Oh,
And I said, your ex was giving you $6,000 a month. I said, get him back, girl. What's wrong with you? What you talking to people?
Wait, get him back for us.
So that's part of what the game's like in Atlanta. Like, women get to ask for money directly or gifts they want, and there are some dudes that will provide. So yeah.
Joshua, have you ever been asked to purchase a lace front for a female?
Yes.
Shit. What? He says it's
it.
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know what it was, dude. Yeah. I don't know.
Was it someone that you were dating or someone that you were just getting to know?
It was somebody else there.
Jeez.
Did you buy it? Did you not buy it?
I actually got asked for something worse. Rent. It was just, you know, talking to a girl. I went over there, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Can you help me out? If not, be on your way, because I got somebody that'll do it.
Oh, wow.
So I went on my way.
How much was the rent? I'm just asking.
You know, it was like
Section 8 rent?
Eight. It was up in eights. 800.
Have you got the cooler by that time?
No.
These hoes is women.
My first time going over there.
No, they're not. He didn't do it.
So wait a minute. You mean to tell me this chick, your first time going over her house, she asked you for rent money and said, look, if you don't give me my rent, there's another dude waiting that can, so you need to step.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you deal with in the dating game in Atlanta. Dudes are messing things up. Because like she said, she was probably right when she said, I know someone who will.
Right.
Yeah, she wasn't lying. I totally believe it.
I don't even say, like,
I'm the emoji.
Wow.
I'm actually glad she did that.
Yeah, you should be glad.
She
showed her hand. She showed who she was.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not even knocking. I'm not even mad at it when it happens. Actually, I'm grateful because personally, I believe that if you with me for what you think I can provide or my money or what I can do for you, what's to stop you from leaving me when another dude with a bigger wallet comes along?
You're right.
You don't give a damn about me. You give a damn about you and what I can do for you.
That's true.
So I don't date materialistic women anyway because I already know the game. If you happen to meet a ball player at the club next week, oh, I'm gone. Jason stepped to the left. He's yesterday's news.
I get it. And that's
I don't deal with women like that. For what?
And I'm 100% respectful when the man tells me that they're married right up front.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Because I've experienced where I believe, and I've said this before, I believe that little boys from a young age learn to use the word love to get certain things from women, right? And I don't know if it's done consciously. I think it's really done subconsciously. Like, as a little boy, you go up to your mother, oh, I love you. And that like melts her fucking heart, right? So then they get older and they realize that by saying this 4-letter word, they can almost get anything from a female if the woman has bought into it. So you have men running around telling people that they love them and they don't. And it's only to get a certain result because they know that word will produce that effect. That's all.
I don't even think.
Indeed.
Is that something you two are doing?
I've never said the words "I love you" and didn't mean it. I've even had a woman tell me she loved me, and I was just silent because it wasn't sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And
Silence.
and I think she understood that I just wasn't ready to say it back because I didn't feel that way.
What did you say? Thanks, sis.
You know what? I think I would say Wakanda forever. You know my people. I think I would just curve it to something I really did mean, like, yo, I really miss you right now, or something like.
Now, in this moment.
I mean, not like that, but I would curve it to something I genuinely did mean, because that's kind of lame to tell somebody you love them and don't mean it. Mm-hmm. It's not cool.
Joshua, what if someone said to you they loved you and you didn't mean it? What's your reaction? I'm curious.
Well, you're asking, have I told somebody?
No.
Or
so a female said to you, "I love you," and you don't feel the same way.
Like, oh, wow, you know.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. Like,
oh, wow. Okay, you know what? Because I ain't gonna lie, that is the type of thing that'll blow you up. Like, oh wow, what do I say to that? So, what is the right response, ladies? To if, like, say, put yourself in that position, like you want this guy to know how you feel, and you're like, you know what, I love you, and you just tell him that. What if he doesn't feel the same way? What should his response be?
I care for you as well.
What if he doesn't? What I think is,
I think you got to care for you on
appreciation. Like, oh, baby, I appreciate that. The kind of, I don't know, but I think the silence is
right. The silence,
or just thank you. Say
no, don't say thank you.
Okay.
No, I think you got to say something. I appreciate that, or I care for you as well. Because I hope you're not dating someone to the point where they're saying that they love you and you don't got some type of feeling that you don't care for them. Even if you care for their genuine being, you care for them.
Right. Okay. So
no.
I care for you too. Okay. No. And if that ever happens again.
but
I really do care for you. How about that?
And if you do,
I can honestly say
I care for you.
I genuinely did care for her. Mm-hmm. Genuinely.
But I do think at some point in time that follow up, because she can take that I care for it and equate that to you love her as well. You need to have a follow up maybe about 7 days later. Be like, well, what was this love situation here? Because let's touch base. Let's touch in. Let's check in with each other. See where we at with that. Because if someone is saying that they love you and you don't love them, you need to check in.
Yeah.
I need to have a conversation. And maybe at this point in time, you need to go your separate ways.
I agree. Totally agree.
And tell me if I'm wrong, but I mean, I recall one situation that, like, we chopping it up and everything, and if she says she loves me, I may actually say it back. But see, the thing is,
while y'all having sex, huh?
Nah, it's love, and it's in love.
Oh, here you go. Semantics of words.
Things, right? Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Nah, you being very, very sticky with the situation.
So what don't you do? Do you not love her, or are you not in love with her? What? I'm
not in love with you, but I love you. As a person.
Wakanda forever.
You are my people.
You are my people.
But in love is deeper than me.
So, but are you expounding on that conversation to say, because if someone says, I love you, you can say, I love you back. Because real talk, we love each other on a platonic level. But when someone is saying in a romantic situation that I love you, we all know that it means that they're in love with you. So is there ever a follow-up to kind of touch base and be like, you said you was in love with me. What does that, what's that all about? What does that mean?
I think you should have a conversation if you plan on.
We are so fearful of having these conversations with people. We are.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of them, but I think most people are, and I don't know why. I don't see. You know what? I think we live in a society where don't nobody want to be played or feel like they got
yep.
or feel like they catch feelings. Like catching feelings is a cardinal sin nowadays. Like you caught feelings. Mm-hmm. Like something wrong with you for actually digging somebody.
Right.
we need to grow out of that as a society. It's hella immature, and it ain't getting us nowhere. That's just my 2 cents.
So what's the point of dating?
The point of dating, in my opinion, is to catch feelings. I don't want to date you consistently if you don't produce any type of vibe. What's the point?
Chemistry.
Right. Yeah. Let's see if there's some chemistry there. Let's hang out. Let's get to know each other. But I think a lot of people, in my opinion, 2 things happen. One, they've been there before and it ended really bad, so they keep that wall up, they keep that guard up. And 2, like, if you really dig somebody, you have to ask yourself, do you really want to take the time it takes and effort to bring that wall down? Is this person even really worth it? The irony, though, is you can't find out if they're worth it unless they let their guard down. Mm-hmm. So now you're in a crazy disposition in the world of dating where it's like, okay, am I wasting my time or not? Like,
do you have those conversations with people that you initially meet to let them know if you're dating for purpose or if you're dating for play?
They know that.
You know what? I try to
Wait, what? What is that?
They know that ahead of time. We go on a date, you know.
No, what?
You know what I'm trying to do.
What is we trying to do?
I'm trying to go all the way. I don't date.
Dating for purpose?
Yeah. Okay. Purpose.
But I think in Atlanta in 2018, you have to specify that you're dating for purpose.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure if that's one of the first conversations. Sheneka, help me on this. But I do think that's one of the most new conversations that you have when you're meeting with someone to explain to them what your intentions are. See, we coined a phrase called EIC, right? It's called expectations. We're not talking about taxes, even though it's tax season. E is for expectation, I is for intentions, and C is for communication. And that's what I think we lack. Oh, yeah. You need to have expectations of yourself and whomever it is that you're trying to build with. And you need to state your intentions up front. It doesn't have to be the first conversation, but it kind of does have to be somewhere new in the relationship. And you have to keep constantly, the C is for communication, you have to keep constantly communicating because those intentions or expectations may change. So if you've told someone X, Y, and Z 5 years ago and you still running off of that same vibe, but what you want to change, we don't have those check-ins with people. But I do think in 2018, you need to let someone know if you are dating to play or if you're dating for something serious, because you have people out there who are dating to play. You have the chick out there who you either gonna give me the rent money or you gonna go.
Right.
And it was good that she said that to you, so you were able to make an informed decision and be like, nah, I ain't messing with her. But if you would have had, and first time meetings after initial and you're going to someone's house, we've talked about this as well. That's not a date. You was going over there to smash. So with that being said, were you going over there to smash? Be serious.
No.
Because so this is my he was like, no, how do you get to know someone by going to their house?
Oh, you know a lot.
You see a lot of stuff you need to see.
Yeah.
You see how they run their household. You see their relationship.
I don't think that should be the first thing that you're worried about.
First thing, no.
First date.
First thing, no. But if you come across some things when you see in the house, so you start putting things together. I think I have to, in order for me to take you seriously in the world of dating, I have to come to your home at least once.
No, so I wasn't saying that you don't come to the house.
Eventually.
The first day.
The first date. No. I don't care where we meet first date. No.
So
that's not. I don't have to be over your house the first date.
And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't go to her house, and she shouldn't go to yours. I'm not telling you where the date needs to be. The date could be at the damn Waffle House if that's what you want it to be. I just don't think that you should invite someone into your personal space day one. Because I'm telling you this: if I invite a dude over to my house, and I've said it before. Sheneka, I'm going to say it again. You know what we're not doing?
Say it, Pasha.
I'm going to say it. Joshua, if I invite you over to my house after this podcast, you're not coming over to place categories.
You better stretch.
Oh, man.
I'm just, and that's just keeping it real. So if you're being invited over to someone's house,
I remember what you said it.
And Jason,
I invite you over. Hey, that's what's going to happen. Oh, okay.
Right. Like immediately meeting you, and I'm inviting you to come into my space. No. And I would expect the same thing, that if I met a dude and he was like, oh, come through. No. Unless I want to have sex with you. No. Because the expectation is that you want some ass. That's why you're inviting me to your house. I don't care if you're talking about I'm going to cook you dinner. After my belly is full, the expectation is that I'm supposed to be
busting it wide open.
That's interesting.
So
let me ask you a question. What gives you the impression that every guy you meet thinks that way? Because I don't.
I don't necessarily think that every guy thinks that way. That's the way that I think. Okay. So with that being said, just so that there is it, because you get, for the most part, you get guys who will try you on the first date when you're at their house.
I heard that before. Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen if we even go out on a date? We went to go see Black Panther again. Mm-hmm. And it's late. Let's say we went and had some drinks afterwards. And Jason, you say to me, Pasha, come through. We're not watching the bootleg of Black Panther.
Right.
Like the expectation. And so I feel at that point in time, if I'm not down with that vibe, I'm not going. Mm-hmm. That's just me. Now, if we done been out a couple.
What happens if we invite you and let's say you do go and nothing happens?
I won't be going with the expectation that something won't happen. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Okay. But that's not my expectation.
In the daytime?
Shit. Daytime, nighttime. Anytime. I honestly think so. Like, why are we not meeting people in common places where we can get to know each other? I don't think you can talk, don't get me wrong, at someone's house, but someone gets tried. Somebody gets tried when we're at their house.
And for me, that's not even the issue. For me is, especially if I don't know you like that, I don't want you to know where I live. I haven't seen your crazy.
Right.
There's certain things I haven't seen yet. So with that being said, no. And I'll meet you out, and it's after some time when I've been able to gauge, that person, whether or not I even want you even knowing where I stay.
You're right. And that's where I was talking about energy.
Drive-bys. Mm-hmm. I don't want you knowing the layout just in case something go down. No, you can't come into my space until I'm comfortable with you.
And that's how it should be. Mm-hmm. Don't come suck up my energy. Don't come distort my energy. And then you get dudes who are coming by to see what you have going on. Mm. So then you roll up in the neighborhood and you see I got a house and all this stuff. And it's kind of like, there's the twofold to it. You get the ones who's kind of seeing how they can become a part of the situation. Or you get the ones who kind of feel then intimidated and it's, well, I don't know what you need me for. You get that as well.
So with that, I want to go back to, because when you were given, going down the line.
My bullet points?
Your bullet points. Mm-hmm. So, and I want to ask the question to the guys, because oftentimes women, I think nowadays, start going down things they have. I have a house, I have a job, I have a car, I have 2 degrees, I have this, I have that, as a qualifier. And what I've seen, guys don't care about that.
Some.
I don't know. When coming to the table, I don't see a lot of guys, they don't care about your degrees. They don't care about your job or what have you. So what I want to know is that something you're looking for when you're dating a woman, as far as what she's bringing to the table? Or are you looking to be a provider?
At the end of the day, quite frankly, and maybe this is just me, I just care about how you treat me and how we vibe. Your credentials, your degrees, your financial status, that doesn't do anything for me. At the end of the day, how do we relate? You know what I'm saying? Are you the type of person I want to talk to after a stressful day at work, or the type of person that's going to be adding on to my stress after a stressful day at work? So your degrees don't help with that. What you bring to the table is your vibe. So at the end of the day, I would think that most guys really don't care. I think guys in our society can date a chick and be happy with a chick that works at Hooters or a chick that works with a CDC. I don't think it really matters.
Some.
I think it really matters for the most part.
Some.
I mean.
Some. There are dudes legit who try to move in on you.
Yeah.
Date.
Homo sapiens.
Oh, well, you talking. Well, there's different types of dudes. You're talking about the type of dudes that are using women.
But they're because they don't wear a pin on their hat, I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? They could come across, it could be true intention that he's trying to get to know me, so he want to come through. Or it could be he's trying to get to know me because he's trying to figure out what I got going on, so that 30 days down the line, he thinks he could tell me that he loves me, and I'm going to let him move in because he really about to get evicted and he ain't got no place to stay.
All right. I totally understand where you come from. And I get, okay, remember we were talking about the walls being up?
Yeah.
That's part of what I'm talking about. Some people got their wall up and they don't want to let you in because, well, I don't know what kind of, you might be one of those dudes. Look, in the game of dating, love, marriage, all this stuff, you got to take risk. If you ain't willing to take a risk, step to the left.
Well, I don't have time. And that's true. And my portfolio was only so diversified, so my risk taking is at a low. That's what
I get that though.
Yeah, I am and Sheneka, shut your damn mouth. I am 40 plus years old, right? Yes. 40 plus years old. I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. And my level of risk when it comes to a dude, like, I would rather you come up front, honest, and tell me what your intentions are, even if you are lacking in certain things, and let me make that determination versus taking a risk on somebody. I ain't got time to take risks like that.
I get that. But, okay, so that goes right back full circle to what I was saying. Like, in our society, we want the benefits of.
I'm giving you benefits. I ain't bringing you no baby daddy drama.
But we're not willing to take a risk on other people. You want someone to take a risk on you, but you're not willing to take a risk on them. How does that balance out?
I need to see your last 2 years of your TSP statement.
And to your point, Pasha, I think from my experience, guys who come like that, like, it's clear. Like, my experience is clear.
Yeah,
like, they don't even hide it. You know, it is very clear. You can kind of pick it up if you listen to certain things they say. So some of the things I've gotten is, just because I live in Douglas County. Most people who live in an apartment don't live out in the suburbs. So you get
close to Alabama.
Yeah, shut up. So, you have a house?
And you got a car because you could drive in town.
Yeah, you're not on the market. And so you get certain questions being asked. So I remember being asked that,
I would imagine there's a way to identify that.
Oh, you have a roommate? You have a room? I got somebody who think they my child staying in my house. You know, and there's just certain lines of questionings that you can pick up what they trying to do. So it's like, we got to curb that and stop that right then and there. But I think, genuinely speaking, to your point, I don't think we give people opportunities. And I think we end situations sooner than I don't want to say they're needed, but we end situations without giving people a chance or uncover kind of what's going on. Because sometimes I think shut up, I'm not talking about the hobo. No.
But we also talked about people talking themselves out of certain situations as well. But you could talk yourself out of a good thing if you come in with some foolishness.
Well,
true.
I agree with that, but I also think that we, just in general,
who is we?
Men and women. I'm not even going to say,
because you're starting to speak French.
We, in general, are very superficial.
Yes.
I don't think I mentioned anything superficial.
Take that treble out your voice and bring it on down, man.
No, you didn't. I think she was talking about in general.
In general.
Okay. Because I'm like, I didn't mention anything
the walls
superficial.
Being up.
Right.
Some people are very guarded because they've been hurt multiple times. They've been in relationships where they've been taken advantage of. And guess what? You, at some point, have to make a decision. Is it worth trying to take down the wall? Is this person, ultimately, do they have the qualifiers or things I'm looking for that I'm willing to help them through that process?
Right. And at the end of the day, though, you might not know if that person's worthy or not unless the walls come down.
So that means you might be.
I might find out that you're emotionally distant. Well, I'm not emotionally distant, so I done spent all this time getting to court and know you, and like now I find out this about you. So now what do? I done put in this time and investment. So at the end of the day, it's like I don't know. It's just tough.
You got to do your research. That's why I wanted to ask y'all, like, with these guys that y'all are meeting.
So cool. Laid back, sexy.
Joshua done put us on the fucking couch. Here I go.
Right? Like, these guys that y'all meeting, I know you say you don't go to their house and everything, but like with the women I date, I've known them for some time. I've probably been to their house. They may have been a friend at one point. So these guys, how much research are you doing? Because like I have a friend that has a show, and one thing he said was, don't trust no guy with no social media. I mean, it's 2018. And I mean, to me, the people that don't have social media, to me, are usually older. But if you're my age or even, any age, if you don't have social media, how are you researching these guys? Are you like going out on a date and then there's another date and then bam,
Google.
This guy want to move in?
You can Google a motherfucker up and down.
Mm-hmm. But if they don't have a social media, it's like, what do you find?
Well, usually some people have some type of
that background check.
Oh, usually there's some type of internet presence. Like if someone doesn't have an internet presence at all, then that's probably an eye raiser in itself. I don't even think I like if I'm dating someone, we're not friends on social media. I don't want to be your friend. Even if you have social media, I don't want to be your friend on social media. Because I think people act a certain way on social media versus off social media. So you could be a little bit extra with the women on social media. Could that be a problem? For some people, it couldn't be a problem. So
First of all, I spy over here. Really?
I have never been friends. Sheneka,
not to say that you're not friends with people, but
I'm not going to
you
look.
do your research.
But and this is my thing: when you look for something, you're going to find it.
But that may be your
yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Like if you were dating someone right now and you were to take their phone, you're going to find something that's going to start this going. It can be something, a text from her ex from 2 goddamn months ago. And here it is. Your brain is doing this. So I think when you start looking for things, you're going to find them. I don't look through anybody's phones. I don't want to look through it. I don't want to because...
And folks, stop doing that. Stop going through people's phones, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to find something.
You're going to find something. So I don't want to look at your social media. I'm not saying that... So getting to know someone, would I Google them, see if they have social media? Yeah. Would I constantly keep going on it? No, I'm not going to do that. Because I don't want you to go on my social media and see something that you may misconstrue as something. And then we bring problems in the relationship because it's not even like that. Someone can go on my social media right now. I could be talking to Jason. Who the fuck is Jason? Nigga, what are you talking about? Like, come on now. So I think we tend to put more emphasis on stuff, especially social media. Social media is fake. Social media is not people's lives. People cheat and use social media to instigate and fuel things that they would have did if social media wasn't here. So
totally agree.
If someone's using social media to do something inappropriate, they are doing it outside of social media as well.
Well, I don't intentionally go and research them, but just some good things I've seen. Like, for instance, with the girl I was dating, I saw that she had kids.
You didn't know she had kids?
Kids were always, well, she told me.
Okay.
I saw these kids were always smiling. Like, it's just good stuff that I saw over time. So then we eventually went on a date. Mm-hmm. But if I didn't see that, and let's say it was the opposite, you know what I'm saying? She coming out looking fresh, and her kids at the house, wearing paper towels. I don't see. You can't see that.
You're right. That's true. So the whole dating, I mentioned, a couple of things that we were going to talk about before we started, and it was pure silence. So abstinence. So if you're dating someone and they're telling you that they're, Jason, I can't stand you, that they're practicing being abstinent, is that an issue?
Okay. For how long?
Wait, he got the finger at the eye. He trying to...
I'm just saying, like...
he have a migraine or something. You all right?
Okay.
He hitting pressure
I'm not
points.
saying we got it. We got to do it off the top. I'm not that dude, and I'm not even thirsty. I'm not going to ask for it. I'm never really going to push for it. But how long are we talking when we talk about abstinence? Like, are we talking like the 90-day thing, getting to know someone? Or are we talking about, look, I just don't have sex until I'm married? Like, what are you talking about when you say abstinence?
So what about abstinent until we are in a relationship?
I'm okay with that, yeah.
Okay.
But
What
that's
about
not some problem.
marriage?
So marriage.
If she had all the qualities, if she had
Yo, now look what Josh made class.
You need to go live.
He's zoned out. He's zoned out totally. Like, oh yeah.
So until we're in a relationship, what if that relationship doesn't happen until 6 months?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Are you all, I'm going to get to you, Joshua. Are you having sex with other people during that time?
More than likely, yes.
Boop, boop, boop. Joshua, 6 months.
Oh wow, really?
I wouldn't have sex with anybody, but me, I would ask fact-finding questions. Like, I mean, I need you to know how good it is. Like, I need you to tell me everything.
How good it is?
Yeah, you need to tell me everything.
How good the coot is?
Yeah.
Shit.
And other things. I need to know everything. Like, I ask fact-finding questions to know.
He's very imaginative.
I need to know what I'm waiting
process.
for. You know what
I'm going to have sex in my head with you while you telling me.
saying what you're saying is you need a sample of the goods of some kind of sort. You need something. I got you. Like, what am I really going to get? What am I waiting for?
Right.
But I'll say this though. I'll say this though. If
she is cracking up
because I've never heard that as a response. Like, I got to put my finger in. I got to taste it like Kool-Aid. Like, what?
not the red food.
Right.
okay, that's red right there. That's good. I can wait about 3 more months for that. That's good. I got that.
Wow. Okay, Sheneka.
Huh?
You get with a young man and he tells you that he's abstinent.
You know, Pasha, I'm at a time in my life where I think I could deal with that. I want to believe that I can deal with that.
Awesome response.
You believed it? Was it believable?
You tried it.
No. But seriously, I do. I think that's something I can deal with. And so let me put this out there, because typically when you're dating multiple people, right? So I'm not trying to put all this.
Well,
knowledge.
Joshua said he's not.
I'm just
Pussy
saying,
mileage.
I'm not trying to put mileage on. So if everybody I'm dating getting a sample, that's mileage you putting on. So I just think this is just for me. That's not something I'd be opposed to. As far as, okay, we can wait and see where this goes.
So dating for relationship, you're cool with that? Dating for marriage?
I'm cool with that.
You grown, girl.
We grown. We know some things.
No, you speaking French.
Good.
Pasha's not fucking waiting. A motherfucker tell me he abstinent. Do. I'm out of there. I'm not dealing with it.
So if he had all the qualities. No, Pasha.
No, I'm serious.
If he had all the qualities,
I'm serious.
But he just.
I cannot sit here and say that I'm going to be cool with it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not.
Does it look like I was left off bad?
So Pasha, what is your waiting limit for a dude? Like, how long are you willing to wait for a guy you really like?
I don't even like the word wait.
Oh wow! So you basically saying you sexually assault your man? You gonna take it? You gonna come over here? I'm gonna take that thing, bro. No. Look, it's been 2 weeks. I've been looking at you, and you've been looking at me, and I've been looking at you, and you've been looking at you. Right, so you know what time it is.
No, what I'm saying is, there are so many variables in my life right now that I don't think that waiting for someone to get to a point for sex is kind of an option for me. I don't think there has to be a timed period. But you sitting there talking about we need to wait till we get into a relationship. I'm like Joshua. I didn't know what I need a sample.
Okay.
I don't have a problem. Even though I said what I said in regards to going over to someone's house on the first night, I don't have a problem, and I'm not even taking me into it. I'm just saying in general, I don't have a problem with people hooking up the first time that they meet each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything wrong with that. As long as you're being adults about it and you keeping it 100, I don't see a problem with it. So to put a constraint on abstinent until this happens, I don't know if I want to deal with that.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen,
don't do that.
2018, we're gonna see a bunch of sexual
No, but see, but for me,
I was just trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Hold her hand in the park. Next thing I know, in the car.
I just don't think.
She ain't waiting.
I don't think that there needs to be a wait. You know what I'm saying? Whatever time period fits the two people. But for me right now, if you talk about something you abstinent, I think my question would be for how long? And if you're like, oh, until me and you get to know each other, which could be tonight, tomorrow, whatever, then I'm like, okay. But if you're sitting there talking about something, for 3 months, did someone die? Like, what kind of religion is this?
90 days.
3 months?
I just don't want to think about, like, how many times have we seen each other in these 3 months? Like, one time in the beginning and one time in the end? Like, I'm cool with that.
But it sounds like what you're saying. It's about the vibe. And
it is definitely.
It's about close.
It really is.
I got you.
It really is.
I got you. I would more agree with that than anything else. Like, why we got to put a time on it?
Why we got to put a time on it?
What?
Because my expectation is that if I give it up to you on the first night, I hope that I'm not being called out my name because I decided to do that.
Depends on the type of guy.
Let's ask that question. Guys, how do you feel about having sex on the first night? Does that taint your image of that woman as far as having... Let's go to Joshua. Joshua, does that taint your image of that woman and possibly developing a relationship with her?
Joshua hit you with the nod.
I mean, I don't really know. It depends on who it is. It's kind of more of
that is a generic ass answer.
We ask those questions. Some things that
will that taint your image? So
it doesn't taint my image, but as far as being in a relationship, I probably want to be.
You wouldn't think she goes around doing this with all the dudes.
He said spectacular, so you'll hit it, but she not girlfriend material. What you saying?
No, if it's spectacular, and all the dots checking out, hey, let's do this thing, I'll
say this, for me, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Like, it's all about goes back to the vibe. If I get the vibe like you're doing this with other dudes,
gotcha.
I'm going to be a little reluctant to be like, I don't want to make her my girl. But if it's genuine chemistry, we even genuine vibing, and I get the vibe that you don't do this with other dudes, then we can go somewhere from that. But it's just it's all about how things are done. Because I've seen a situation where like I met a chick the first day, like it was like a group meet type thing. And I did kind of brush past her a little bit and try to you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I did put my hand on her waist.
You tried it.
It was like she was trying to walk past me, get to a little table.
You tried it.
I ain't gonna lie, I might have kind of sort of accidentally got in the way and brushed up against her backside a little bit. And she immediately called me out on like, what are you doing? See what had happened was, I'm busted, my bad, sister. I just had to apologize.
Okay. Did she respect it?
And she respected. She's like, okay, just check yourself out. Like, she checked me on quick. And, we continued to meet and greet. And everything was cool. I vibed, got to know her. She got to know me. We went somewhere else after that, dated again. And make a long story short, by the end of the night, she felt comfortable inviting me to a hotel, and one thing led to another. But nothing about her said she's, promiscuous like that. She out there like that. Nothing about her said she's going to get down with any other dude. She was focused on me, and I was focused on her. It worked out.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Going Dutch. Let's talk about in the actual dating process. Is it ever okay to go Dutch?
The first date.
I'd say second or third.
Second.
He got it. He got that traditional. He got to get that first date in. He got to throw that chivalry in there.
I kind of agree with you on that.
She got at least offer.
Yeah,
she don't have to.
It's
good. Is that a deal breaker?
Dutch later. I would say I agree. Dutch later, and on top of that, it's all about context. If it's understood that it's a date, and it's I never argued about who pays for stuff. I don't know what that's like.
So the assumption has always kind of been that the guy pays, and if the girl decides...
The assumption is usually that I'm going to pay, and that's fine, but the offer is what I look for more than anything else, because that lets me know where your head is. Because, you got to pay attention to the little things.
So what if she's traditional, too?
If she's
she may not make
fine.
that offer.
That's fine. I mean, she doesn't have to offer. It's just, it could be a silent understanding that
the offer is appreciated.
But if you never offer to pay, that makes a statement about your character.
Gotcha.
So
I look for just like the tip.
That's how I do it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ride out on your chick, boy, but I got the tip. No.
She's so serious.
No. My philosophy is automatic going Dutch. I'm not down for that. You're not going to tell me that I'm going to pay. But I will ultimately at some point in time, like if we're in a relationship, I got you as much as you got me. So I'm telling you, we went out to eat. We spent $300 this week. I may got our $300 bill next week. I'm not opposed to that because my issue is whoever I date, I want for our level of excitement or our level of experience to kind of be something that we do together and that I'm not doing something because you can't do it. So if I'm expecting for you to go spend $300 because we done went out and had a good time, the expectation is at some point in time I can reciprocate that, and I have. I've pulled the card out and paid for a $300-$400 meal. I have.
Oh, yeah, I was eating that.
Right. So what you going next week?
I'm going to need for you to come by tonight, and we're not playing Scattergories. But no, I definitely agree with the fact of if it's not reciprocated at some point in time, if you got a handout chick who always wants you to do X, Y, and Z, and she's not able to do something for you, it's kind of... But I feel like I don't want someone to tell me or ask me, oh, you got us this time. Don't ask me that because I'm going to do it if you just allow for the process to happen. That's all.
Makes sense. I got you.
Mm-hmm. Online dating.
No, before we go there,
we're all working on the time constraint here.
No, we're not. So first date. I'm sorry. I know it's Real Talk with Pasha B. How do you feel about a woman asking you out on a date?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Because it takes a lot of pressure off and eliminates like the game, like the chase. The chase is like, and I'm pretty sure you can attest to this. As a man, sometimes you just get tired of the chase. Like, damn, does she really like me like I like her? We want to know where we stand. Just like women want to know where y'all stand.
What if it's somebody you're not attracted to?
If somebody I'm not attracted to, I might still go on a date and just kick it.
That free meal, huh?
I mean, you know.
You say you can't do it?
Nah.
Hey, it just depends. I'm all about friends and adding to the network. Because my thing is this, if nothing else, you know, I like supporting people and plugging them into my network. So
Sheneka, ask the question. Ask the question about the friends. Are you looking for friends? You're not going to ask the question?
No, because Pasha told me don't know grown-ass men want friends.
Really?
Don't know grown-ass man approach no female on no friendship.
For the most part, that is true. I totally agree.
Unless there's a commonality. So let me say that. So unless we go work at the same place, maybe go to the same school, gym, our kids are in class together, something like that. There has to be a commonality where grown people can have, I think male, female can have a platonic relationship and it kind of not be nothing. But if you're at the bar, and you go over to a girl, I'm not pretty sure you're trying to figure out, she can fit into my R contacts on my phone because I need an R friend. You're not thinking that. You're not thinking that.
Absolutely.
You're approaching for a romantic situation.
Exactly.
Sheneka just thinks that when people randomly say, hey, Sheneka, how are you? That they're trying to put her in the S contacts in their friggin' phone. And then when they send in late night inboxes and all type of stuff, it's kind of like, well, I don't understand why. Shit, I understand why. What the hell?
So I'm very personable, right? So my thing is, if we're meeting and we're talking, and I know I'm not putting out that vibe, so I take that into consideration. If I'm not putting out that vibe, part of my surprise is, why are you approaching me like that? Because I know I'm not putting that out there, that type of energy. Pasha. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is it possible that you're doing it and don't know you're doing it?
I don't.
Attention is attention. She's giving people attention, right?
So that's the thing. So, and you've seen us interact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she shut people down. And my thing is, oh, I'm not going to shut you down. Like, we can be friends. Like, you're not.
I get that. I totally get it. You're just a friendly person. I get that.
But wonders why they're in her inbox at 1:00 at night showing her pictures of things that they shouldn't be showing her pictures of.
Okay.
I mean, just sitting here, both of y'all
really
have some strong eye contact. I mean, that may have something to do with it. I'm just saying,
I'll say this. I think there is a level of thirst that some dudes do go through. Like, because nothing about you says that you're trying to sleep with nobody in this room, to me. But I think there's a level of thirst that some dudes out there are just on. Like, you know what? If I get that, Sheneka's been friendly. She smiled at me 3 times.
Uh-huh.
She liked 2 of my pictures on Facebook. I'm going to see if I can
And I do smile.
But yeah, but
and you will continue to get those inappropriate inboxes.
I think that kind of does speak. I think that does kind of speak to the maturity of the guy.
See, Joshua said it. You gotta look mean. I be mean mugging a motherfucker from over there.
I know a lot of women who say that don't matter. I be mean and dudes still come at me crazy. So I don't think it matters.
Guys, I hate that. Don't tell us to smile. I hate that. Jeez.
Some dudes are just thirsty for you no matter what you do.
Yeah, that's true.
So
can we get on to online dating now, Sheneka?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Online dating. Has anybody tried it?
Yes.
Success? Unsuccessful?
Usually, okay, it's 50-50, but I haven't really had the best of success. That's me, though, because people like catfishing a whole lot. You know, you see a picture from her from like her graduation in like, 2004 or something on the late 90s. And it's like, oh, wow, you look totally different than you do. Wow. Oh, they get those special angles and filters. And I'm like, man, you were so fine 10 minutes ago on my phone. Now I'm meeting you. It's like, what the fuck happened here?
I don't want to get killed.
But you know what?
Stuff happens.
But that's real.
Robbed.
They
I don't
do.
get robbed or nothing. So. I mean, I done some online dating, but as far as meeting, I probably met one girl.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I met a couple people online. I ain't gonna lie. It was back in the day.
You was on it.
I'm just saying, it was a nice way to meet people.
I think it was safer back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
It kind of was safer. Yeah. No, people are actually using, like you said, online dating to set people up and rob them and kill them.
Yep.
So I just seen something recently, and I don't know how the young lady got set up, but her co-worker, which was a female, knew that she was getting her income tax check.
Dang.
And the co-worker and 2 guys robbed her and ended up killing her for a tax refund check recently, like in Pittsburgh, like last week sometime. The little girl, she had a whole bunch of kids too. She wasn't nowhere near 30, but she had like 5+ kids. And she may have been out there flossing or whatever, or they heard how much she had. And it was kind of like a refund check that come once a year, that even if I don't care if it's $10,000, $20,000, what you gonna do after the $20,000 is over with? So that's your coworker. You set her up, and then it went wrong, and now 5 kids don't have a mother because of a friggin' refund? Nah. So, and I have heard on some of the media sites, the online dating sites as well, that people have been robbed because they're thinking they're going to meet Tasha, and Tasha there with Bucky them, you know what I'm saying? And it turned into another type of situation. So I do get why online dating. Are there any pros to online dating? No, we heard some cons. Are there actually any pros?
Yeah, I mean, if everything's as is, and you get to like look through pictures, you get to feel what people like. You can see if you like the same things. You know, if you, I don't know, in video games, you get to see if they get in video games. If you into poetry or hanging out or hip hop or whatever, you get to see if they're in the same things. I think it's really good for connection purposes, but you just have to hope that what you're seeing can be taken for face value.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Don't want to be out here kayaking and stuff. So. Swipe left on you.
Hilarious. We have one more subject that we want to touch on because I think this is a
question. I don't
doozy.
even know if this has been answered yet. Like, and I might have said it in the beginning of the show, but for the people who can't see what's going on in the room, I think both of you are very attractive men. You seem to be level-headed. You seem to have stuff going on about yourself. As guys often ask us, what's wrong with you? Like, why can't you, or are you looking for a relationship? Are you looking to settle down? Or are you just dating? Like, are you really having
I sadly got out of a relationship about 2 months ago.
Oh.
So,
Was it your fault?
it was my decision. So I guess it was my fault.
No.
That's two different things.
You know what she asked you, boy. Keep it real up with you.
It wasn't no like.
Was it an amicable dissolution?
She
teaches me 5 words.
friendly separation.
It was. I mean,
Did you cheat? Did she cheat? What happened?
No.
That's what
it wasn't
Pasha
any stereotypical type of thing. It was like
You grew apart.
it wasn't that. It was just
Her cooter became dry.
no.
Did you get sexually assaulted? You tried to go abstinent.
I tell you, I was wrong to guys. I tell you.
Yeah.
They won't shoot their shot. They won't show y'all they got balls.
That's never been my issue.
I'm just saying, it's more like the majority of guys I know, like they may be single, and let's say you see a woman you like, but you have these assumptions about how she is, the way she carries herself. You're just thinking she's out of my league or whatever, or she doesn't want to talk to me. They just won't shoot their shot or show you who they truly are and put, what they like on the table.
I ain't gonna lie, other than that. That might be a little bit my. Sometimes I don't shoot my shot because I don't know. I feel like I see objections. I guess maybe because I'm a little up there, a little older. I feel like I can see objections happening before they happen. Like she gonna hit me with the too busy line. Or she got a man. She got the ring. Like I just certain things I can see coming a mile away. So I don't feel the need to prove myself right. But to answer your question though, like I'm assuming you're asking why I'm not married, basically.
Because from my perspective, I see women who are shooting their shot. Like they're coming after you all. And so they're aggressive. The women are aggressive.
They're not coming after us now. They're not.
So, like I said,
Stop. You know women come. I've seen women come after you, bro. Stop. My ass. You know they come for you.
Well, let me just say, they're letting it be known that they're available. So whether it's very apparent or if it's subtle, they're making it known that they're available or receptive to whatever it is you're willing to give them. So with that, I find it, kind of just odd that a lot of guys are single because I know personally aggressive women who are putting it out there. Like, hey, I will take care of you. I will pay your bill. I will do whatever just to have you here. And it's like, yeah, why are you single? Because, go ahead.
2 reasons. Well, in the realms of dating, it's simple. There's a difference between quantity and quality. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I know I got options, but you have to really look for certain things to let you want and you can and can't deal with. So, like for instance, I get chicks like lace front. You know what I'm saying? People ask me to buy lace fronts for Valentine's Day and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You got to weed them out. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. And for me personally, I hit a crossroad with the person I was dating consistently for a long time. We hit a impasse. Like, I want children, she doesn't. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, had we gotten over that obstacle, I'd probably be married by now. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't even be on the market. So, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, for me, it's just weeding out what you can deal with and can't deal with. When you find looking for that one, it's just, you can't just take anything, man. You gotta weed certain things out. So that's how I see it.
Joshua?
I just practice a lot of patience, really.
Mm-hmm. I see that. You too.
Single, wow. And I think some people, on both ends, they practice patience too much. They may want to be in a relationship, but they don't even go places or shoot their shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a gamer, so I stay at home a lot. So just going places, you meet people. But if you're inside the house, you're not going to meet anybody. You know, it's a lot of, like, from my city, I have cool single homeboys, but let's say the woman that they would typically talk to just stay in the house all the time, so that they will never meet.
We're missing each other.
You had to go to Walmart to meet.
Wow.
You know what? That's funny you said. I do agree with that too. Like, sometimes you got to get out the house more and just socialize and make yourself available. So yeah, there's that too.
And that's from both.
Yeah, that's from both parties. Yeah, like it's funny you said that next. I think about how much I work. I don't remember the last time I really went out like that.
Right.
I'm always working. So
right. So getting over an ex. And this doesn't have to be specific per person, but getting over an ex. So have there been any practices maybe that you're using to get over an ex? Do you actually get over exes? I've heard that as well, that you don't get over them, you get under somebody else.
Don't watch any past porn. Delete it.
Wow.
Okay. So you're talking about videos that you and the person have done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to delete them.
Okay.
You have to delete all the pictures.
So
delete their pictures.
Delete pictures.
Oops.
Delete pictures. Delete videos, and limit. Do you have to limit contact as well?
Yeah, kind of.
Limit
For
contact.
exes, you got to limit contacts. Because I don't know. Maybe I don't know if y'all going through this, but for me, it usually takes at least a good 5, 6 months to really officially break up with somebody unless they did something horrible to you. You know, like, I ain't never talking to you again because you betrayed me. You know, you stuck my best friend, whatever. But if it's just regular breakup stuff, sometimes you're like, you know what? Even though we broken up, let me call see what he's doing. Come over and kick it for a minute, Netflix and chill or something. It take a minute to really break up with somebody. At least for me, it does, because I always leave on good terms. You know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm. So there's some residual interactions.
Yeah, and sometimes something good can come from that. Sometimes it just goes right back to what it was before. You should have stayed broken up. So
what it was.
Yeah. So I think exes, unless something really, really horrible happened, is kind of tough to get over an ex. At least it has been for me.
And if it was devastating, you have to go out. You have to go out, or you have to go to church. Either one. You can go to church, or you can go out.
All right. You go to the Lord's or you go to the Punane. Those are your only options. Sheneka, any pointers on someone trying to get over an ex? How do you do that?
I don't have any pointers.
Do you think that you can remain friends with an ex? Or you should. Let me say that. Should you?
So term friends, I'll say, Pasha put me on the spot because she know background. I have been able to maintain cordial relationships with an ex. I'll say that. And I think one of the reasons that was able to happen was because of time. So this was an ex from like years ago, and just through time and circumstance, we've been able to be cordial. But I also know with me, like when something's over for me, like it's over. So I know at one point I had a conversation with Pasha, and she was like, "Do you think he could?" No. Like I can be friendly with you all day long, and it's over. Like I don't see anything past that. Sometimes I say I have detachment issues. I can detach from you cool and not think anything of it. I can have platonic relationships, which is why I think, we can be friends. It's not a big deal because I can cut it off. Like it means nothing. So yeah, I think depending on the people and circumstances, it is possible to do so. But as far as getting over, I don't have problems getting over an ex. And I can be friendly or have cordial relationships with exes, if that makes sense. If that makes sense? Because Pasha don't look.
She a player.
Does that make sense?
You a player?
Let me ask. No, I'm not. I'm far from a player. I know I have detachment issues, and I coined that myself, meaning if I cut you off in a certain respect mentally, like you're cut off, like I don't see you in that way, period. So even with me getting to know somebody, if they're trying to holler and I'm like, no, you already in the friend zone, like that's where you're going to stay, period. That's where you are. Like I'm able to do that, compartmentalize. So even if you are an ex in my head, you are an ex. And we can be friendly, we can be cordial, but you are an ex. I can put you in that category. So that's what I'm saying.
I got you.
Pasha, what about you? Let's get under somebody else.
No, don't put my business out in the street like that.
That's just like Snoop. She's like, we don't love these hoes.
We don't love them hoes.
That's our place.
I have to honestly say that unfortunate, and this is something that I'm working on. Unfortunately, I am not friends with any of my exes, and that's just because I cut people off. So
no, not you, Pash. I would have never thought that about you.
Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. Yeah, I cut it off. Like, because I think if you give people an opportunity to keep coming back in the communication, for some people, it just doesn't stop. It's never ending. And I think for certain men, if you give them an earshot of something, they still think they got a chance. So let's just not do it. Let's not. But I have come to the point where I am looking to, if I enter relationships, to kind of, if they don't work out, that we should be able to be, I'm not going to say friends, but I think we should be, if I see you in the street, hey, what's up? How you doing? Blah, 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 and keep it moving versus completely having to detach from you because I feel as though your comeback is going to just be a never-ending revolving door. That's how I feel.
I think exes should be a good point of reference for things you need to work on in your next relationship.
It should.
Personally. Like, if you really, really broken up and not had no contact, no sex, no nothing, just like limited contact with your ex, if you can, like, call them. Like, oh, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have those conversations with my exes, and I always learn something like, oh, I was that big. Okay, so I need to work on that.
So you're saying if the relationship doesn't end poorly, at some point in time, touch base to see why things didn't work out. I think that yeah, when you're not in the moment, I think you can be receptive to seeing what went wrong.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, we're at the end. Does anybody have anything else that we need to talk about? I know we kind of we went over these like, hitting speed bumps.
Yeah. So what are you looking for? Oh, how about that? What are you looking for in terms of relationships, settling down? What do men want?
I want a nurturer, compromiser, slow to anger, peaceful, compassionate, driven.
He was ready. He ready.
Yes, and freak. Like,
I need some balance. I don't want
to have wandering eyes. I know you always have wandering eyes, but I need like the top of that food chain as far as freak.
Gotcha. Jason.
Spirituality.
At the bottom of the list, a little bit after freaky.
A freaky homebody religious woman. That's who Josh was looking for. Jason, who are you looking for? Freak number one?
Freak is always good. I'm never gonna be like, nah, don't be a freak. No, don't do that, babe. No, that's no.
Gotcha.
As long as she ain't trying to violently do nothing crazy. Shackles and chains and whips. I ain't into that stuff. No, we're not doing that.
Gotcha.
Slavery ended a while ago. So, but no, my requirements are really more simple than that. More than anything, I think friendship's important. I want to feel like I could tell you anything. It gotta be. I'm big on communication. I don't like guessing games. I don't like, people being like upset about something and not talking about it, because I'm like, for a guy like me, that leads to trust issues. I feel like if something's wrong, you should be able to come to me, like, talk to me. So I'm really big on friendship and communication. and be sweet to a brother. Like, you'd be surprised how many people just don't know how to be nice to people. Like, I want to feel comfortable just talking to you about stuff and feel like you ain't gonna bite my head off. Like, I'm not really attracted to like feisty attitude type chicks. That's just turned off me. Like, yeah, she a little too rowdy, so no. So, sweetness, communication, and make sure I don't feel like I'm expendable to you. That's another thing. Like, if I feel you can take me or leave me, then leave me. Yeah, if I feel like, you just don't care, I'm just another dude in the room. Like, I notice you can be treated like an accessory nowadays. Like, oh, there's my purse, there's my car, oh, there's my man, there's my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm an accessory, I'm out, y'all. So, it's real simple. Just look for a real companionship in the very literal definition of the word. That's what I'm looking for.
I can dig it.
All right, so this ends this episode where we talked about relationships and dating. Guys, thanks for joining us again and giving us that male perspective. And I think you gave us some other things as well.
Hopefully.
Still on the fence about a certain, couple things. Joshua's looking for a religious freak wherever she is. Holla at Joshua.
They all are, aren't they?
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I'm not touching that.
Praise the Lord and then, be sinful after Sunday. Okay. Why not?
Understanding. So we do see that there are some common differences that we have between the sexes, and hopefully we can continue to engage in these types of conversations to kind of come to a common place within us. So thank you again for tuning in to this episode, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.